This video is to introduce you to Google Calendar and how we use it at St. John Music. If we open a browser, in the URL type in calendar.google.com, and here you have the login screen. It's already remembered me, so I'll click on that and sign in. I just maximized my window browser. Here we have the Google Calendar. At first glance, we can see up here the date range that we're looking at. It goes from the 26th to April 1st, 2017. We have our days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all in columns. Along the side, we have our times. So this will all be 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and so on. The grayed out section right here represents today's day. We see that it's March 30th, and this red line right here represents the actual time. In real time, I'm looking at my watch, I see 2:25, and if we follow this line over to the numbers, we see it's just past 2, but not quite 2:30 yet. So that represents real time, and this is a great visual representation of where the real time is in reference to what our events, or where our events are. Up here at the top, we have the different views. Right now, we have week view selected. You can see all 7 days in the week, so that is week view. If I click on this specific, if I click on day, well, it populates and zooms in to one day. This is just one day. That's today. If I wanted to move to the next day, I could go back to week and select just that. Right here, if you click on the actual date, it'll give you that day view. Let's say I don't want to go back and do that. I can just use this over here. These, I'm going to go back to day view. That's today's, sorry, that's tomorrow. I'm going to week back. Sorry, I'm going to previous period, meaning previous day in this. So that's March 30th, day back, March 29. I'm going backwards in time. You see up here. All right, let's go back to today's date. There it is. I'll click the week view. And this is also helpful if you want to week forward. You see the days up at the top are now next week. And if I click it again, it'll change to the week after that, and so forth. All right, I'm going way too far into time. Let's back up. And boom, there I am. I see the gray area representing today's day. There's also a month view. Get your bearings here. We see March 1st all the way to March 31st. There's also a 4-day view and agenda, which gives you a listed out view. I generally operate in week view. This helps me out a lot, and sometimes day view. If we click on the cell, this pops up. Would you like to edit the event or delete the event? It also asks me, am I going? It tells me up at the top what the name is and the date and time. It also tells me where it happens. Well, this is happening in the green room. And this is Donald Kearney's calendar. Let me back out here for a second and introduce to you this column over here. Well, here we see we have Donald Kearney selected in green. If I deselect him, you'll see what happens. Everything disappears except for this. I'm not sure what that is. Just ignore that. If I click on Robert, that's me, my calendar. Generally, you won't see this on your own desktop. This is talking about the desktop or your personal laptop. This is not regarding mobile devices at all. We'll cover that in a later video. Generally, you'll just see your own name up here, unless you're at the studio, where usually we have a list of everyone who teaches at the studio, so that they don't have to log out and log back in every time they want to see their calendar. There's a list of all the instructors to where you can populate your own. If I deselect that and go to Alfredo's, it'll populate his calendar and Chris's calendar. Or I can layer them. If I click on Alfredo's and Chris's, well, we can see that the two calendars layered. And you can do it as many times as you want to, but it starts to get pretty hairy after a while. So let me just work with one at a time. We go back to Donald Kearney's calendar, and when you click on here, we'll go to Edit Event, and that will be covered in the next video.